Well, welcome back. Well, if you had any question of how much influence Elon Musk is going to have on Twitter, we have an answer today. Twitter announcing Elon Musk will join the board of directors. And Elon Musk is tweeting that he looks forward to working with the Twitter team and making changes in the coming months. Cheryl Casoni with all of the details. That has Twitter stock right now up better than 6%. Cheryl.
Yeah, and up 27% yesterday, Maria. So a couple of things here. Elon Musk, of course, making that statement saying that he is looking forward to working with Twitter, the CEO, the board, to make significant improvements to Twitter in the coming months. Now, we initially learned this news just a few moments ago, breaking on the wires, because of an SEC filing from Twitter that he is going to be joining the board. Right now, he's got a 9.2% stake. This spot on the board that he is taking, it makes him a Class 2 director. That directorship will expire at the end of the 2024 annual meeting summary. But for all of this term and for 90 days after, Musk will not be a, quote, beneficial owner of more than 14.9% of the company. That is key, because that obviously that limits into what his abilities are and his exposure is when he is serving on the board of directors. Now, as for the company right now, as you see, the stock has jumped. All of this, as we only thing we had heard from Elon Musk until a few moments ago, Maria, was a tweet where he put a poll up asking, do you want an edit button? We also heard that the Twitter company, the CEO just a few moments ago saying, quote, Musk is a passionate believer and intense critic of the service, which is exactly what we need on at Twitter. That was a tweet coming from Twitter. And this is the Elon Musk tweet that we're referencing here. Maria, do you want an edit button, yes or no? By the way, a little misspelling on his tweet. I got to point that out, Maria. But again, this is pushing the stock up. As of close yesterday of business, his stake was worth about $3.5 billion, Maria. But again, as you're seeing on your screen, that stake for Elon Musk is now growing exponentially by the moment as the stock now moves higher, almost 7% on this news. Again, all of the speculation going into this breaking news yesterday and today on Twitter and Elon Musk, would he in fact just flat out buy Twitter? Now the question is, because of this new filing from Twitter, is he going to be limited in making any more moves on the company? If you're on the board of directors, are you an activist shareholder? Maria, I'm throwing that out to you.
Yeah, that's right. Well, this is all of the speculation since he amassed that 9.2% stake, and it has been ripping along trading desks. What are his intentions? What is he going to do, especially since initially he criticized Twitter? That poll that he asked his users, 80 million users, do you think Twitter is practicing free speech? Does it follow that principle? And 70% of users said no. Joe Concha, you follow the media and have been spot on the media. Let's talk social media and how this could change the game. Elon Musk saying free speech is essential to a functioning democracy, asking his 80 million followers, do you believe Twitter rigorously adheres to this principle? Then he comes back at that and says, answer this, know that this is important. 70% said no. Your thoughts on where this is going? Musk cannot own more than 14.9% in this seat on the board. Will he take it all the way up to 14.9%?
Why not? I believe he has the money, Maria. And obviously, 9%, 14%, well, what's a couple of billion between friends? Look, I have questions, obviously, when you see something like this. And I think the biggest one is ultimately, what are Elon Musk's intentions here, right? When he's doing these polls, when he's buying up these shares, he's now the biggest shareholder. Is he looking to acquire the company? Will this lead the way for Donald Trump to return to Twitter? Because remember, President Trump started Truth Social. That's falling short, at least as far as the former president's expectations are concerned, to be sure. But either way, the question is correct. Does Twitter censor certain content that is deemed negative towards Democrats or liberals, and something that conservatives obviously have a problem with? Of course, we saw it with Hunter Biden. We've talked about it many times, censoring that story right before the 2020 election, making sure that it didn't get out, locking down accounts, all these things. Elon Musk was sitting back and watching and probably saying, no, this is wrong. It doesn't matter if it's happening to Democrats or Republicans, and it mostly happens to Republicans. This sort of censorship can't continue anymore. And now we'll have to see what sort of fundamental changes happen as a result of Elon Musk being the big power player for this social media giant.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan, we're going to know soon enough. Twitter is appointing Musk to the board as a Class 2 director, with the term expiring at the company's 2024 annual meeting. So 2024 annual meeting is coming, and we'll know in the coming months what Elon Musk's intentions are here. But this was the topic of conversation on trading desks yesterday in terms of where he's going with this and whether or not it's going to mean he gets activist, like Cheryl just suggested. Your thoughts, Ryan?
Yeah, I don't think this is an investment. I mean, Twitter's a terrible stock. I mean, it trades at 55 times forward earnings. I mean, it's at the same price it was in 2014. I think this is bona fide. This is just a fight for freedom of speech. Let's be real here. We're going to turn Twitter into Rumble. No, but in all seriousness, I think, bottom line is what I love about Musk is I love his flip-it attitude. I love his libertarian views, and I love the fact he loves to push politicians' buttons, everyone's buttons, and I think this is, really a fight against cancel culture. And I think, cancel culture, the pendulum's starting to swing here. We saw that with Joe Rogan. They really couldn't cancel him when they tried to recently on Spotify. Sure. And now I think Musk taking over, and I think absolutely, I mean, we could see the re-platform of our former president, which would be very symbolic in the fight against cancel culture. I think it's awesome. I'm a huge Musk fan, and I do think this is a big win for freedom of speech. And I do think he's going to take a powerful role here in transforming it into a better free speech platform.
Yeah, I mean, this could really, as the Wall Street Journal is reporting this morning, set the stage for a new fight with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Ryan, you say you love the way Musk handles himself. Well, he disclosed the 9.2% holdings in a form investors are required to file when they buy more than 5% of the stock. But again, we learned about it on Twitter. The notice came several days later. The Journal writes that it also did not include a standard certification that underscores an investor's passive stance. The Journal writing about this right now, that it could create even more issues in terms of the Securities and Exchange Commission. All right, we'll keep watching that.